Hi, I'm Webbing Soda. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today is just a simple speed paint or time lapse while I yap about stuff because I'm sick at the moment and I really have nothing else to do. If you like this kind of content, let me know and I'll be sure to do more in the future, and subscribe if you'd like. I'd also like to premise this by saying I am sick at the moment, so I may sound a little bit different, but I promise it will be better by the next video. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about in this video, and that's mostly just stuff about me and about the channel. I technically did that in the last video, but I went a little bit less in depth because I didn't have much time, and also I don't think anyone really wanted to listen. One of the main things that I wanted to start with is about boundaries and stuff like that. So this account is not only because I've kind of always wanted to be a content creator, especially around things that I like, but also because I want a way that I can enjoy recording my kind of improvement over a certain amount of time while I am continuing my art. And you may be like, oh, Soda, what do you mean by that? I am not a professional, and I haven't done that many classes outside of like the ones I did in high school. I I do my art for my own personal, like, not gain, but just it's one of my hobbies. It's one of the things I'm passionate about, and I want this kind of to be a safe space where I can talk about the issues I have and talk about the tips I use to help with that, and possibly help you guys in also improving and fixing those issues that you guys have, as well as also recording all of like my improvement over the months or years that I do this for. And if it goes somewhere, that's awesome. If it doesn't, that's okay too, because it's just for fun. I don't mind. A lot of things that I unfortunately see on other people's videos is a lot of negativity about the way that people do certain things. Like, I've seen people get hated on because they used the lasso tool, and I've seen other people get like, oh, the amount of comments that I've seen that is just people getting upset over things that they don't need to get upset over, as well as people not liking someone's specific style, which everyone has their own style. You don't need to be like another person. You can have like your own habits and the way that you do things, and that is perfectly fine. I think it's important in every artist's kind of art career, I guess, where having your own style and your own habits and specific things you do that makes that your art is what you like, is exactly what makes an art style, and it'll take a while, but you'll get there. Everyone does. And I think that's also something that I need to remember, is that like switching up how I draw things and how I do my anatomy and blah blah blah, as much as I do need to improve, that doesn't mean I have to take out the things that I currently do out of habit, because that's what makes my style my own. I am not sure if that made any sense at all. Another thing that I learned from a couple of the YouTubers that I watch, a couple very specifically, is that it's okay to take breaks and to have some time away from what you enjoy doing. Sometimes you really need it, and sometimes the best way to have those breaks is to continue it, but doing it a different way. I found that a specific way that I learnt from Actually Ray on YouTube is that you can stop doing digital art for a certain amount of time and switch back to traditional, and figure out the way that you want things drawn on like traditional, and you will come back to digital feeling so refreshed and ready to finish whatever you were making before and whatever you were struggling with. I've also noticed that there is a huge stigma about putting your feelings into art. And I don't mean like, oh, I made this art because I was sad about something. I mean, like, really putting your feelings into it. I understand making art because you're upset about something. I do that all the time. But I mean, like, for instance, I mentioned last video, I am trans. I go by he, him pronouns, or he, they pronouns. And I noticed that I had multiple people in real life come up to me and tell me that what I was drawing was indecent because it had semi-nudity, because I was drawing someone with top surgery scars and then doing in a different color like a female chest. And someone came up to me telling me that it was indecent and disrespectful. What? That isn't, it's an everyday experience for like a lot of different people, and I think that people should be able to put their feelings and their passions into their art without getting judged by other people, because I think that's really rude. I've also seen people online where they have posted art about how they're feeling because they've been trying to have a baby unsuccessfully, and people online hating, saying that they didn't want to hear it and that they should be keeping that private. That's their journey, and that's what they use to cope with what's happening to them, which is completely reasonable and honestly probably one of the best ways to cope, and you're gonna sit there and trash them for it? That's really not... I thought the art community was better than this. Even if the feelings aren't sad, people still get so pressed online for it. Like, I sent one of my friends the other day a drawing that I made about me and my partner, and they were like, oh, that's great, and got upset at me because I showed them art that I made of me and my partner. Okay, I'm just showing you a cool piece of art. You don't have to make it about how you're single and how you're so upset and blah blah blah. Like, what? Anyway, that's enough negativity. Let's change the subject. I have a great idea. Let's talk about my goals for this account and why I'm really sat here recording this. My main goals for improving my art, at least, is to, first of all, find my art style, because I really don't know. My art style changes so frequently, and it honestly, it sucks. And it's going to suck for a while, and everyone goes through this, I know it. I just think that it would be really cool to find a specific way or theme that I do things and kind of stick to it, and I think that'll help a lot with especially like my passion for art. I also am learning currently to animate. I'm kind of self-taught. I've done a couple of animations. They haven't been the best. There's been one that I'm kind of proud of so far, and that was an animation of my D&D character to a song from the game Omori, which I thought was really cool. I also definitely want to practice my anatomy and my just like basic shapes and perspective, especially because good gravy, I could improve, definitely. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I can do basic anatomy, but it doesn't always look right, and I'm also someone who never flips their canvas, so I also really want to learn how to render properly, or at least in a way that suits me more. Sometimes I use the lasso tool, sometimes I just draw it out and hope it works, sometimes I smudge it. I do a lot of different things, and it never usually works for me, so I'm trying out a whole bunch and seeing what happens. I don't know whether I want to use completely different super bright colors for like lighting effects and stuff like that, and just see what happens. But, it's always something to start with. Another thing I've noticed, I'm not sure why, I haven't really drawn that many people of color, and I'm not sure why. I think it's just because I never had any characters like that. But during Art Fight this year, I had a couple of people where I drew their characters and they were people of color, and I realized, oh my goodness, I don't know how to shade the skin for this. I don't know what like tones work better for lighting and for shading and stuff like that. So I definitely want to improve on that, hopefully. I'm hoping to, within the next couple of months, finalize at least a couple of the designs for my OCs because I'm super duper picky and change them like every couple of weeks. But also, hopefully, come up with a finalized story for a couple of the characters and hopefully create an actual story, maybe a comic or animation, whatever I end up doing, for my characters and just the things I like. I'm not 100% sure if that means I'm going to be publishing said comic or animation, or whether it's gonna stay personal, but maybe if I'm confident with the story, or if you guys have any ideas, maybe it'll turn into something that I do for a while that everyone can be a part of. I want to try and hopefully have some collabs with other artists. I know that a couple of my videos that I have plans for are with a couple of my friends and artist friends. I have an entire Discord server dedicated for a bunch of my really cool artist friends. So that'll hopefully be cool. There's a couple of collabs that I have planned currently that I am super excited to record, and you guys should be super excited to watch. Overall, I just want this to be a safe and fun place for people to hang out and watch my journey as an artist. I know that a lot of people on YouTube start their accounts super duper good at art, and some of them don't really talk about the process and the way that they manage to improve and learn. I plan on including the people that I watch to improve my art, as well as my process for improving it and moving along. Also, in this video specifically, I am using Adobe Fresco on my iPad to draw. I do use an iPad, and I plan on hopefully getting a tablet to go on my PC to draw for possibly my birthday or Christmas, or saving up to buy it myself. But hopefully soon I'll be trying out some other softwares by connecting my iPad to my PC and seeing how it goes. My voice is officially dying, and I think I've just run out of time to complete my yap session, so we will have to finish this off next time. So that is all for today, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!